Hello, everybody, and welcome to Realty Success. We're so excited to have you today. My name is Brooke Bryant. I'm a realtor in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, and I'm with you here weekly for the Realty Success Show. And along with us, we have a very special guest today coming to us from New York City. We're so happy to have Kriegstein, and she runs a team in New York City and is going to talk to us today about red flags when working with real estate agents. So we're going to go around the room and introduce everybody, and we're going to start with you, our special guest today, Adi. If you please say hello to everyone.
Well, thank you, Brooke. It's such a pleasure to be on your show for one. I really am just overjoyed. As you mentioned, I'm a real estate agent in New York City. I've been selling real estate for about 18 years. My team is NYC Experience Team here at Compass in the city, and we sell properties all over the city and in Brooklyn.
Do you find that you work with the same agents over and over again?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of repetitiveness for sure, especially when you've been doing it for as long as I have. Even if you haven't done a deal with X, usually they know your name, their brand, or something like that because you've had so much market share. Hopefully, you're a reputable broker, so the name comes across as well. I met someone out in the Hamptons at Soul Cycle 2 weeks ago, and he's like, "Oh, I know. Yeah, I met you. You showed like my client this apartment. You were one of the best agents. It was just so great to get the feedback. He thought he had a wonderful experience with me. I couldn't identify him from Adam, but that's not the point. The point is word gets around and reputations do. And if you are going into a deal with someone, you want to know who's on your other side. And it's helpful to know that they hopefully are a credited agent with a really professional track record.
So how do you find those agents?
Great question. Thank you so much for asking. So, how do you find the agent that's going to shine for you? Definitely a few things to look for, at least in our marketplace, right? New York and Brooklyn, like they're huge areas. We have many micro niche neighborhoods within that. So, ideally, someone who specializes in whether it's, say, your property type or your building or your area, something a bit insular as opposed to wider. You want a team that has a good track record. But more than anything, what I find is incredibly important, and I say this from a stance of taking over listings from other agents, is you want to spend the time, and we've discussed this earlier, interviewing the person you're going to hire. You want to know how they work. You want to know their credentials. You want to reach out to the references that they supply you with to not just accept the written text, but to find out how that transaction went. How was it working with this other person? How did they communicate with you, etc. You can go online and get recommendations, but it's not like a Yelp type thing, right? We're realtors. It's a little more challenging, but you want to find out how someone fundamentally is going to work and communicate with you because it is the dating scene. You are in this relationship for a long time. And more than anything in our marketplace, more and more agents are part of teams. And listen, I have a team. There's nothing wrong with that. But each team operates slightly differently. So if you are hiring an agent that's on a team, I always advise people, find out who you will be working with. Because often the person who comes to your house and looks at your home may not be the one that you are interacting with on a daily basis. Who's showing your home? Who's giving you feedback? You want to know how they're marketing it. I advise not just getting their numbers, but having them break it all down for you. Mm-hmm. And depending on the home that you have, and I've had a couple people do this to me, and on the flip side, I've done it for a couple of clients when I've met them, is how would you show my home? Mm-hmm. And I don't think enough people do that. And I think it's really important because they should be able, like on a dime, to come in there and know your property. And again, this is New York. So, it's not a home, unfortunately. 12,000 square feet is not all over the place. So walk them through the home. How would they do a tour? How would they interact with you? What would they point out? And if they can do that on a dime and really kind of hit it right, you have a start to a really good relationship. And now you just need to look at the other things, the other minute points. Again, I just don't think enough people do that. And you want to know how your home's going to be represented on top of how they're going to communicate with you, what their expectations are, how they're going to market your home, what their specialties are, and how they'll push your property out there and interact with the public.
If you were on the seller side and you're interviewing the agent, do you tell them at the time, I think we're a good fit, or I don't think we're a good fit? Do you tell them at the time what the outcome of that is?
It's a wonderful question. And I think that varies personality to personality, right? I think I'm a big believer in the disc profile, and I like to identify people right up front. And I think there's definitely some people who get comfort also in letting the person in front of them who they're interviewing know that this is going to work. Well, there's a whole other set who needs to kind of sit back, take in all the information they've got, and review it all before they can come to that decision. So, in my opinion, there is no right answer to that. But I also will tell you, as an agent going in, I ask before I show up, how many agents are you interviewing?
That's good.
It's a great question.
I come last because I want to either set the tone or be the last one there to leave an impression and to answer all the questions the other agents might not have been able to answer, or to reiterate how I would do something that, say, the seller didn't feel comfortable that this other agent had mentioned, right? Like, what would you do in this instance? So-and-so said they would do this. How would you handle that situation? So I like to take the situation into my own hands.
I love that.
I want to thank you for all of the great information you shared with us today. And I want to thank you for representing our profession so brilliantly. Adi, if you'll tell everybody where they can find you.
Yep, I'm Adi Kriegstein, so that's A Kriegstein. In addition to NYC Experience Team, you can find us. That's our website, as well as Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. I would love to hear from everyone, and thank you for having me. This has been wonderful.
It was great having you. I am Brooke Bryant out of Charlotte, North Carolina. You can find me on all the social media platforms at Ask Brooke Bryant. And if Adi has sold your house and you're looking to move to the Carolinas, give me a call. I'll be glad to slowly show you around. And it's great to see everybody, and we look forward to seeing everybody next time. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.